Twitch presents our next big thing. Something long promised, but never delivered. Getting paid for using Twitter. For how many long years have you toiled for free on this god-forsaken site? What a mess. What a shame. What could have been. But now Twitch is here to save the day yet again. You'll finally be getting paid for all your hard work.
What's up, people? Hotep Jesus. We back.
That Hotep Jesus dude.
Hope everybody's feeling quite swell today. Shout out to the Syscoin team. Syscoin has just released their NFT marketplace. You're looking to sell, buy NFTs, go check out Luxy, Luxy. Luxy Marketplace. Syscoin, that is their new NFT marketplace. And Syscoin is the sponsor of the month for this channel. Also, you saw the commercial beforehand. That is from Twitch. Twitch is a Twitter competitor, which is pay to play, but also you get paid for your engagement. My account is doing really good right now. I've got about 90 followers, I believe, on Twitch. So follow me on Twitch. I'll be communicating there during HotepCon and throwing some of my more spicier ideas. You know, the things that might get me banned on Twitter will be on Twitch. So shout out to Twitch, the official sponsor of HotepCon. HotepCon is August 11th to the 13th. This is our annual event for everything related to Hotep Nation. It's a meeting of the minds and everybody who is a fan of ours, supporter of ours, family, extended family, Hotep adjacent, Hotep, etc., etc. Really good time. We get to hang out and share ideas with each other, drink, laugh, smoke, have a good time. That'll be at Ahern Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada. We have special guest speaker Kim Klasick. You guys know Kim Klasick. Sunny Johnson. You guys should know Sunny Johnson. She's an amazing political mind. Crypto NDL, the number one female crypto influencer in the world. And also, we'll have Project Rook there, the foremost authority on everything mindset. So make sure you come check us out. Tickets are available now at HotepNation.com. We are only weeks away. With that being said, let's go ahead and get our feature presentation up on the screen for you here. Strange events. I wouldn't say strange, but I'd like to say strange. I don't know if strange is accurate. This stuff isn't strange because it's been, let's just say this, it's election season. How about that? I always talk about this book. It's a book by Neil Postman. It's called How to Read TV News. And it's a recommended read. It's a must read. And you don't even have to read the whole thing. It's like the first a few chapters are very, very eye-opening in itself. This is a guy who used to work for mainstream media and is exposing them. Really, really good book. I would go check that out. But basically one thing he said in there is that anytime they want, they can create a spree. So he said if they wanted to make dogs seem like they're dangerous, all they would do is report on every single dog bite that happened every day. And people would think, oh my God, dogs are all of a sudden dangerous. So controlling the narrative by consistent reporting about the same thing. So let's dive into the story. I'm sure Uncle Hotep has probably called this a glow up already. Let's see. 3 people are dead after a man opened fire in an Indianapolis mall. The shooter was killed by a good Samaritan, police say. 2 others were injured in the early evening attack at Greenwood Park Mall. Jim Ison, the police chief of Greenwood, Indiana, said. So it says here 4 people were dead, including, hold on, one second. Let me just make sure. Everybody can hear me, right? Good. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Okay, so 4 people were dead, including the suspected shooter, after a man with a long gun entered a mall south of Indianapolis and opened fire, police said. 2 others were injured in the early evening attack at Greenwood Park Mall. Jim Ison, the police chief of Greenwood, Indiana, said at a Sunday night news conference. 1 remained hospitalized, he said. 12-year-old girl with abrasions was treated and released. 4 of 6 people who were injured were killed. 4 of 6 people who were injured or killed were female. So 4 of 6 are women who were actually shot. Not to make a joke about a tragic situation, but they are in a mall, and who's going to be the majority of people in a mall? The woman. Women love to shop. So it's not surprising that some people might try to spin this and say, hey, people aren't protecting women or women were targeted. I just think, no, men are probably home doing something else, and women are at the mall. So anyway, it says the shooter appeared to have been fatally shot by a 22-year-old Good Samaritan. The number here, 22, is going to jump out to all the numerologists out here. I'm not going to dive that deep into it. I really don't do that, but I know the numerology people are like, oh my God, look, the number 22. All right, whatever. Anyway, the shooter appeared to have been fatally shot by a 22-year-old Good Samaritan who witnessed the attack and opened fire with a handgun with the intention of ending the assault. Well, he did. He praised the young man, identifying him only as being from Bartholomew County, south of the metro area. The real hero of the day was a Samaritan that was lawfully carrying a firearm, who was able to stop the shooter almost as soon as it began. Greenwood Mayor Mark W. Myers also praised the Good Samaritan who stepped in, saying in a statement Sunday evening, "This person saved lives tonight." On behalf of the city of Greenwood, I am grateful for his quick action and heroism in this situation. The shooter appeared to be at the mall with ill intentions, Ison said. Well, obviously. It appears that he had a rifle with several magazines of ammunition, entered the food court, and began shooting, the police said of the suspected gunman. The gunman was reported shortly after 6 p.m., Ison said. The chief gave no indication the shooter knew any of the victims or that the attack was personal. This type of situation horrible, he said. It rocked us to our core. The motive and circumstances were still being investigated, he said. Officers, including members of the Indianapolis Department's SWAT team, went through the mall Sunday night to ensure no one injured was hiding or otherwise in need of help. An officer with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department said a backpack that police believe was left by the gunman in a bathroom turned out not to be a threat. Greenwood Park Mall condemned the shooting Monday, saying, "Violence has no place in this or any other community. We grieve for the victims of yesterday's horrific tragedy in Greenwood," the statement said. "We are grateful for the strong response of the first responders, including the heroic actions of Good Samaritan who stopped the suspect. The mall will be closed Monday." Mike Pence, who served as Indiana's governor from 2013 to 2017 and vice president under Donald Trump, said Monday morning, "Our prayers are with the fallen and injured." He praised the citizen who stopped the shooter as a Hoosier hero. Dennis Romero reports. So they got the Hispanic guy to report on this story here. It's just interesting that they haven't lambasted, like there's no way to lambast firearms in this article. And as I was watching this trend, like Good Samaritan was trending this morning, and as I was watching it, it just was slowly falling. And I know more people are talking about this. So last time I checked, it was at 12. Now I'm checking, it's at 13. So the story is starting to die off. People are talking about other things. And I think what they'll do is they'll try to cover on this with a distraction because, oh, what's this? Watch Dogs 2? Aw, shucks. I like that game. Anyway, yeah, so, they have like the Uvalde thing. Here, let me show you what I'm looking at. So you have Uvalde trending, Sesame Place. Like for some reason, people care, and we'll be talking about this tonight on the show. If you watch patreon.com/HotepSpin Told You, some black kids go to Sesame Place, and the doll appears to shake a lighter skinned person's hand, and here are the brown skinned children. And apparently people upset because, well, he said, no shaky, no high five for the black kids. However, he just did tell somebody else no. I don't know why. I don't know. So I don't know what's going on here. We'll talk about that tonight with Uncle Hotep. That'll be interesting. But this is what is going to rank. Now, we know that Twitter can control these trending topics. They can make things rise and they can make things fall. And that's not including their little, the left's bot farms and astroturfing of things. But Sesame Place is now trending higher. We're supposed to be more upset that some little kids didn't get a high five from some person in a Muppet suit than the fact that firearms are good. Right? That's what we're supposed to believe. We're supposed to believe that this is more important than this. That's just how the left rolls. So let's go back. So, what's the moral of the story here? The moral of the story is the left can't spin this. So this is going to go under the rug. There's another angle here. If we go to Uncle Hotep angle, basically we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, it was a glow op gone wrong. Right? Glow op goes in, supposed to do its thing, MPA culture, and somebody actually had a fire on the building, and then, an event that they wanted to politicize and no longer being politicized. That is one conspiracy theory you may hear float around. However, I think the big story here is the fact that the left can't use this, and this is going to get swept in the rug. We're never going to hear about this. It won't be shown all over the TV that some good can come from guns. I don't know how long it took for this person to put this shooter down. Had more people been armed, then it would have been less. Maybe less people hurt. Less amount of time before the shooter was taken down and neutralized, etc., etc. Just less. But this comes back to the fact that an armed society is a polite society. I don't think you'll have much gun violence if we're more lax with gun laws. I think the more people who have weapons, the less gun violence we'll see. We see places like Idaho who doesn't experience a whole lot of violence, and there's a lot of guns in an Idaho home. Also Oklahoma, I can't say that Oklahoma would rank high amongst gun violence, and they have the most guns, I believe, per capita. So that's the moral of the story, is that guns do have a good purpose. They can serve to defend, and that's what they don't want you to do. They don't want you to be able to defend yourself. They want these shootings to occur. They want you to be a victim. They want you to be vulnerable and susceptible. And why? Why do they want that? Well, the answer is very simple. Dependency. They want you dependent on big gov. Just is what it is. And why? What does dependency equal? Dependency equals money, yes. But more importantly, it equals power and control. That's what it is. So when you're dependent on somebody, this person has power over you. They have control over you. You are their property, damn near. You're their pet. So, new slaves, like Kanye said. What Kanye say? New slaves. New slaves. Go listen to that track. Really good music by Kanye West called New Slaves. So, what does it come back to? It comes back to the fact that when you have people who are dependent upon you, to break this down a little bit further, they create budgets. They create budgets for things. We don't have to go into the many examples of bills and budgets, because there's an endless supply of bills and budgets for you to just go take a look at that have been wasted and just make no sense, whatever. If you want to do some research, I would suggest researching the origins of Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell starts off as a socialist. Thomas Sowell is a socialist. Before Thomas Sowell becomes a conservative capitalist, or whatever he describes himself as, he was a socialist. And what happened? He went to go work in the Labor Department, and he said, I have an idea with which we can solve the minimum wage problem. We can get rid of minimum wage. I have an idea. And they told him, be quiet. Not literally, but he started to realize that government functions, much of government functions, to create budgets, waste time. Because if you solve the problem, then the people that work in that department, the people working on their project, are now jobless. So if you know that solving the problem is going to render you jobless, and you're making good money, or even decent money, maybe you're just getting by, maybe you're making a lot of money, but you need that income, or you want that income, think about that. What are you liable to do? Are you going to say, look, I'm going to solve this problem so I can be unemployed next year? You wouldn't do that. Most people wouldn't do that. Good people would. I would. Like, yo, let's just solve this problem. I'll figure it out next year. I'm sure something will come around, right? I would just have faith in knowing my life would be okay. But that's what happens. If you want to know about this further, I also suggest speaking to a gentleman on Twitter. I believe he might be on YouTube as well. He's got a blog. His name is Vonnie, Vonni. Vonnie Media Mogul. What does he go as by right now? Vonnie Media Mogul. I think his account got suspended, but he's back. Talk to Vonnie. He's down in DC. He's worked in government. We have an interview here. I interviewed him on my channel. It's a mess down there in Gov. But yeah, so that's why they would like to render the public unarmed, because an unarmed public, now they're gonna see. The thing is, it doesn't stop at let's take away your guns, right? It does not stop there. Taking away your guns, although we are far away from that actually happening in totality, let's look past that. Let's imagine a world where you have no guns. So it means you can't defend yourself, right? Whatever. Let's put that aside. What that also means is they're going to take your autonomy, your bodily autonomy will be stripped of you. We know this because we saw it happen in Canada. We saw this happen in Australia, where people were locked down, forced to take certain procedures, etc., etc. Fired from gigs, not allowed in the country, all types of weird stuff. You can't come back in the country, you can't leave, you got to take this test, Shout out to Halima, she's in Canada. We know we had a lot of struggle getting her back to Canada. When she came out, I think it was a struggle leaving Canada. She was supposed to leave for Miami, for Bitcoin Miami, couldn't get out of Canada. Imagine not being able to leave your country. Imagine your country being like, no, sit down. You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. What? That's what happens when you strip the public of their gun rights. It's an example. I should say that's an example. It's an example of what may, can, will happen. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful when people, again, any right taken is a bad right taken. Do not allow them to strip you of your rights. Hey Carmen, what's up, love? Welcome. You wanna again, if you go watch my Joe Rogan interview, the second one, how did I rewrite the Constitution? Leave me the F alone. If it doesn't follow that, if what the government, the federal government, is deciding on, you have to run it past that. That's your control. Your control is, does this pass the leave me the F alone test? If it doesn't pass the leave me the F alone test, it doesn't work. It's not even about helping, because helping becomes subjective. Anything can become helping. They're like, well, we take away guns, that's helping, right? So helping is not it. We want to know, does this violate the leave me the F alone rule? If it violates the leave me the F alone rule, then you have a bad bill. You have a bad law. You dig me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back later. Actually, we'll be talking to Uncle Hotep. Like I told you, we got our extra show tonight. Hotep's Been Told You 2.0 for our private VIP subscribers on patreon.com/Hotep's Been Told You. We'll be there live tonight. I hope to see you guys there. Come through. And also we do a call with our homies, a Zoom call with all of our VIPs, and just shoot the shit every month. We'll probably get one scheduled soon. I've been on a press run, so it's been really hard to schedule those. So maybe we can get something scheduled soon. So yeah, I think I'm on the last part of my press run, and basically we're going to be with Alex Jones this weekend. So that'll be fun. That'll be super duper fun. Hotep's Been Told You this Thursday, and I'll be live with Crypto on Crypto Wendy O's channel. I'll be live on her channel Wednesday during the day, I think 1 p.m. So go subscribe to her channel as well. It's been real. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you the next time.